Come with us now, if you dare, down a rickety staircase into a dank, dark basement. What awaits? The Saturday Night Freak Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Saturday Night Freak Show podcast, the movie review and talk show podcast that comes your way every Saturday. And these are the Internet Radio Superstars.
Sean.
Holly. Michaela.
And I'm Colin. And just as a little bit of housekeeping to remind you that you have one more week to suggest movies that we'll watch in January. That's right. Whatever you suggest, you're going to vote on them next week.
Yes. Can't suggest this one.
Correct. And
I was going to say, actually, aren't we telling them to start voting? No, not yet.
Not
2
yet.
2 weeks of submissions.
Yep.
Yeah, but...
Did we do that differently last time?
Oh, it started this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're
Yeah.
right.
I thought it had already been out for a week. I was like, wait a second. Okay, it started this week.
I'll go with whatever the group decides.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
And then also as a reminder, at the end of the year, we are soon to be doing our best and worst of the year episode where we all get drunk on champagne.
Yes.
It's a hootenanny.
Decide whether we should delete the episode.
Yeah. It goes long, but it's because we're picking our top 5 favorite, not necessarily best, maybe favorite, best experience movies, and then one of our worst. We have to limit it to one because we could go on forever about our worst usually. So yeah.
Well, there's 4 of us, so
Yeah.
Well, and the 4 worst
overlaps.
movies, unless we agree that there is one worst movie to rule them all.
Well, Sean already got I Know What You Did Last Summer out of our system, so that clears up space for more hate. So
I got that out of the way.
Because that's in the running right now. Still, it's still top of the list for one of the worst I've seen this year. So
yeah, and I mean, Holly can always give her thoughts on that at some point. I don't
True.
think she's gonna
Yeah,
on the
that's
podcast.
true.
But,
That's true.
So, there you go.
So this week we watched a movie that was chosen by
Colin.
how did we get here?
Yeah, I know curiosity is. Curiosity killed many cats.
Yeah,
Today.
well, this is a contentious pick.
Indeed.
And you knew that.
I did.
Yeah.
But I'm curious.
I'm not gonna lie. There was curiosity behind it. I'm not.
But I'm curious
anymore.
Why? I think
We should say what the movie is.
Yeah, what
Terrifier 3.
All right, directed by
Damien Leone.
from the year
From the mind of Damien Leone, I would say, right? Because this is like his whole baby. Yeah.
basically yes.
Yeah, because this guy's been making, what was it?
He's been making the same story in quotes for like 8 years now. Yeah, I know.
So
but
it's
there
like
was like
he's-
what was it, All Hallows Eve or whatever
All
was like.
Eve, Terrifier 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, so 4 times he's inflicted this on us.
And what was it? We were last year. One of the Christmas the movies that we were chosen to watch in January was Terrifier 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so we are starting the year and almost ending the year with a Terrifier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
which
mean,
you is the correct
That's fitting
response.
for 2020.
For this year, it makes sense. Yeah, you're right about that.
We've been terrified all year.
So
With no end in sight.
Yeah,
but this one had like a
from 2024, right?
This is from
This is
2024.
from 2024.
And I remember at the time this movie came out, because I hadn't seen, I'd seen Terrifier
Okay.
and part of Terrifier 2, and I think I gave up on it. And then later I did go back and watch it, I think before we all did it.
Ooh, so you've seen it 2.5
Right,
times?
I think I've seen it 2.5 times. And then when this came out, I do remember that it seemed like a lot of people that I know went and saw Terrifier 3.
It was a theater experience. People were loving going to seeing this in theaters.
Terrifier 3 being released in theaters and all that was peak Terrifier. Last year at this time, it hit its nadir. It was the biggest it's ever been.
Yeah, so you knew a lot of people who had seen it, and
I have one friend, Bill, who went back and saw it, I think, 3-4 times in the theater. Big fan.
Really?
Of this. Yeah, big fan.
Really?
Loves it.
3 times.
Yeah, pretty sure. he went
Every
back quite a few times.
I go to a horror convention, every single actor they can possibly get from these movies is there, and they all have the longest lines.
Yeah, it
And
does
I
seem like
just-
this is the biggest thing in at least theatrical horror, or in
Is event horror? Has it turned into
I'm
at
gonna
this
take
point?
that back. I'm going to go with it's. I mean, it's a big thing, but it's like an extreme horror,
Oh yeah,
and it's like the
Dimension
only,
Extreme would release this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
You
And
know-
it's the only independent horror thing really out there, right? Because
Yeah.
everything else gets acquired by
Right. That's true.
A24 or
Yeah.
something.
Getting
I think a good barometer, though, for how big Terrifier has gotten is it has a section at Spirit Halloween now.
Yeah.
It's a cultural icon, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, it has
unfortunately.
become that, You
Yeah,
get the great imagery for your main villain, and you're off.
That's all that I swear that's 80% of the success of this franchise is that David Howard Thornton gives a decent performance in this very recognizable look.
Yes.
I think with that's almost all of the concept.
I think so.
Yeah, and then just so you know, when you buy your ticket, you're going to see the most gnarliest extreme gore. Can you take it? Like that's also part of the package. Mm-hmm. It's like we're just going to gross you out, and you know, only the most willing will buy a ticket. It turns out a lot of people. This movie made so. I think we said the last one was made for $250,000. This one was made for $2 million and has, as of today, made like $90 million worldwide, which is just, I mean,
that's insane.
Congratulations, I guess. I mean, it's just, it's wild.
I appreciate the independent, an independent filmmaker made a movie on the cheap, and then it went fucking crazy.
And I will say for number 2 being that low of a budget, it did look really good, especially the special effects. It looked really good.
They really got every penny out of that. Yeah,
and it's like the look and the production value of that movie was not the problem. No. I'll say that. All that was fine. It was the story and characters and the acting. And
well, I guess that's what we said.
I think it's easier with, as far as production design and everything goes, because it's Christmas.
Yeah.
This
like
the new
yeah.
Oh,
well, the last one was Halloween.
Right.
So it had to,
But not like Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween.
They didn't have enough money.
It didn't feel like they were going, well, that's very true. Just very a close-up shots where they probably decorated that shot in Halloween and the rest couldn't be. I don't know.
There was no extras in that movie, remember? Like there was no people. We talked about how empty it was on Halloween everywhere.
It felt very empty. Yeah. The bar did,
that store he goes to where he gets the sunglasses, there's no one else in the store on Halloween. It feels weirdly uncanny how vacant that movie is.
I didn't know it was filmed that cheap. I guess, or maybe we did talk about it.
We talked about it.
Now I'm like, wow, you pulled that off for $250,000.
That's quite a feat.
And so this has a considerable budget increase. So it's like
with Bloody Disgusting behind them. I don't know if they were on backing the second one.
I didn't notice. Well, unless it was a Cinestate or whoever, unless it's a parent company or something.
Part of it, but I mean, Brad Miska, the whole Bloody Disgusting logo was on the front of this.
Oh, okay.
So there is.
The second one was too. Yeah, and then Screambox is also associated, and that's kind of how the money falls in this.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a given, right? If you have an increase in budget, you're going to be able to deliver a more professional looking movie. Mm-hmm. But I think what we talked about on the last one was it really did feel like Terrifier 2 was better than Terrifier 1 and All Hallows Eve, which I thought was nearly unwatchable. It's like Terrifier is like, okay, they split a girl in half in it. That's what you remember. And Terrifier 2 seemed like, okay, it's kind of an improvement, but I think we said I didn't listen to the last podcast, but I think the idea was that like we're watching a guy basically teach himself how to make a movie in front of us.
Yes.
Through this series of movies.
Yes,
so then the question is like, okay, has he improved? I mean, that's basically the thing with Terrifier 3. It's like, have you improved in like the mechanics of writing, directing, like actually making characters that you care about, or like the intention? It's like, is it any better? Yeah.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say this one's better than 2. Maybe it's because I don't feel the length of this one.
Well, 2 I think he still has there's like
who edited this?
Propulsion problem. Yeah, I'd be curious.
Yeah, propulsion problem. This
yes.
I can't believe these movies are so long because I don't like every time we watch one, I'm like, I don't know what we're going to talk about for an hour because nothing happens in these movies. Like scenes go on for so long and just linger. Yeah, it just brings the whole thing down.
Yeah, the last one I do remember, it just felt like lurches and fits and starts and stops and things that were indulged for way too long. I mean,
it's
indulgent. That's still happening here, but somehow, I mean, I think I would agree with you. This one did feel like it moved along a little better than the last one.
A little better. There's specifics that we will talk about in which he didn't move along, and which is my main problem with this series, having seen 2 of them.
I know. I think I said this. We're probably going to repeat ourselves from the last episode a lot, but I think I said last time the thought that pops into my head every 20 seconds in these movies is, okay, we get it. Okay, we get it. Like,
get it.
I'm just...
The feeling has not gone away
No.
1 year later
No,
as
no.
we watch this one.
Right.
Because I
and that's just
fucking
kind of my
got it.
whole attitude is,
This
okay,
is
we
2
get
hours,
it.
and
Yeah.
it could have been much shorter.
We could-
Yeah,
you know.
80-minute movie in here.
We could have
Yeah.
cut a half hour out of the last one. We could have cut out of this one too.
Yeah. Okay, so Holly is joining us on the Terrifier train for the first time tonight. And
You wouldn't know it. Hi, Holly.
Hey.
Well, I guess my question going into it is this one like did you because you missed the last one?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you just lost then without, is this one of these things where you have to have seen the prior movie to even like have a buy-in on this one?
I'm not sure that matters.
There was so much more magic in the other one. Yet it didn't. Yeah.
They explain everything.
By the
I was
end
going to
of
say
it,
there's
but
so many
it takes-
flashbacks in this movie.
Yeah.
Anyways, you saw the important parts of the second one.
Yeah.
So-
I was like listening to you guys. It doesn't seem like I missed anything.
No.
Yeah, the other one had like half hour of supernatural sword stuff that went on, which didn't kind of. I fucking hate this sword.
I know.
I wanted it to be a flaming sword.
I wanted it to be.
I mean,
I just
my
hate
main
the...
complaint. We didn't get. It didn't end up being magic in the last one, and we don't go back to magic in this one. Fucking hate it.
I just
And
don't...
they literally just they told me it's a magic sword.
They literally said it's
Done.
a magic sword.
So much
guys.
about the magic sword, and it's not fucking magic.
yeah, but I guess I was.
There were red flames. There was energy and shit in the
Sure,
last one.
sure.
And maybe that's the curse of being a sequel. It felt like so much of this movie, because I was, aware that Holly hadn't seen it before. And so I'm like, okay, they're referencing characters and moments and situations that obviously you didn't see, but eventually they do it takes like the whole movie to basically catch you up on like, okay, now you know everything that we saw in the second movie to finish off the last 5 minutes of this movie.
I was confused by a lot of this movie, but none of it had to do with the story
Yeah,
or the
that's-
characters.
Yeah. There's not much to be... not much there,
Yeah, I like, got it.
So, all right. So how do we get into Terrifier 3? Well, we have to, I guess.
Well, we have to introduce, because this is a Christmas movie, and so we have to introduce the Christmas of it all. And so we get a.
I don't think you're welcome. I chose a Christmas movie.
Don't do that.
You don't get credit for
Don't
that.
say you're welcome.
Holly and I also
Tonight.
picked 2 Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Don't.
And it wasn't to punish anyone.
Yeah.
Was this a punishing movie?
It
Felt
feels
like
like
it.
that's
Felt
why
like it,
you
yeah.
picked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wanted to
we
provoke
should've known that.
something. Yes.
Well, I mean, I think that's what the movie itself is.
But you picked
trying to
it. You were in
provoke it.
control of the situation.
You are not. Yeah, I don't think you're ignorant of what these movies are.
I know what it is. I was curious to see it. We saw the last one together,
did.
so
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, we'll rip the Band-Aid off.
Not
go
all
for
of us have
Terrifier
that
3.
need for completionism that you have, Colin.
Well, I understand I understand your need for completionism because the curiosity
I knew you would,
always.
Sean.
I know.
Life's
I
too
understand
short to watch things
But
that make
there
you miserable.
are some things I don't need completed. This is one of them. So while I understand it, I didn't think it needed to be applied to this one. But again, I understand.
So it's Christmas time, 5 years after the last movie.
And some random house is going to get killed by
Yep, by Art the Clown.
Yeah.
people who don't matter.
No.
Just because we're going to splatter them.
It was, he kills kids in the opening scene of the movie.
Which, okay, brings me to, I think I also said this previously. Why is this franchise so much about kids? I hate that about these movies.
kinda
So
do
much of
too.
the story revolves around 8 or 9 or 10-year-olds doing stuff, and I fucking hate that.
Yeah,
Like,
the little girl in this movie, I'm just like, fuck her. I didn't.
well, there's so many scenes with kids. There's the Santa scene. There's just, oh my God, there's always a 10-year-old weird
it's
kid at the
because-
center of these fucking movies.
Yeah, I think the clown of it all is why, because kids
That whole TV
and/or
show scene?
dislike clowns. I don't.
Oh, wait, are you saying you object to just having child protagonists, or you object to child actors being in...
I just don't like it from a viewership. Like, I just don't. I'm an adult paying to see an extreme movie, and yet I'm following kids around on their fucking day. Like, they shouldn't be the main characters of the movie, is what I'm saying.
Right. But
This should be about adults. I just don't have
Right.
it. Yeah.
But that extremism is what they want. That's why they're going for the kids.
Yeah,
That's why they're
it's
so
just-
featured in this. Because like, wow, we're gonna kill kids.
But even think back to the second one. There was that whole 20-minute fantasy sequence of the kids' TV show.
Yeah.
Like, it is so like
happy you missed
it's always setting up situations for Art to interact with kids, and I'm just like, I get that he's a clown or whatever, but I I don't know.
Then he's a clown and Santa.
Could you imagine watching a Halloween movie where it's following around a bunch of 8 or 9-year-olds? You'd be like, what the
I would not
fuck?
want to watch
Exactly. That's how I feel watching this. Is like,
Yeah, but
why?
it's,
Why?
And it was another movie with clowns. Oh yeah,
hated those two.
I think we also said Pennywise was like dethroned by Art the Clown, like in popularity,
Yeah.
and now he's back.
Yeah.
this winter.
And they both suck.
I think something about it just doesn't mesh with the tone of this movie. I don't know. It's different. The tone of it is very different than this movie. So I don't know. I gotta think on
I
that.
don't know if this movie understands tone.
I think it thinks it's doing
It
something.
knows the tone it wants, and then it's not going to do anything else.
Mhm.
And maybe it may only know that tone, and maybe just unaware of that you can change tones. I don't know.
Well, he doesn't have. I think Damien Leone. He was like a special effects guy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right? Like so that is
Because he does special effects for a different movie, doesn't he? Don't him and who's the other guy who does special effects for this movie? Who makes his own movies? Fuck, we talked about this last time. I think isn't there a crossover?
It wasn't that Christian. No, the credited special effects company. It was a Christian somebody and something effects. I'm sorry, I don't have it right.
Yeah,
in front
I'm
of me.
missing it too. Move on.
But I think he was so like. It's like, okay, so his focus is like, I'm going to deliver the most like hideously gory, state of the art, makeup effects. This is a makeup
Yeah.
effects demo reel.
Yeah.
I assume he designed Art the Clown also. And so it's like, he's got that. And so the tone of it is like, I'm going to go with grisly horror and, but as a writer, because there's a lot of scenes in this movie that are like character building. Which I'm like, okay, I mean, that's a step forward, I guess. So you actually built like I knew who these characters were better than I knew who the characters were in the last one. But he's missing like a charm and a wit in his writing. Like his tone is like, just focused on like, okay, I'm setting these people up to be marginally likable so then I can put them in peril or eviscerate them in front of you.
Yes.
That's horror.
Yeah. I did like a couple of the characters. I thought were pretty good. The dad. The dad and the mom I thought were pretty good as far as characters. Again, they're not deep characters, but they're doing well enough, I think.
So has he improved in writing or
No.
did he just get to hire better actors?
That may be it.
I think it's
it might
better
be
actors.
Better actors, because the focus is not on.
Well, we talked about previously. I think Lauren Lavera comes out looking the best out of this whole
Yeah.
franchise.
Yeah, she's
She
great.
seems like a solid actress, and like I don't know.
She's great in the emotional stuff. She can handle the extremes of what she's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
She's game for whatever they want her
Yeah,
to do
chained
in
up
these
underwater
movies.
in that last one.
Or I was just thinking like her biting through the
Yeah.
intestines.
Yeah.
That she's being strangled at a certain point. She'll do anything. So the dedication from her is great and love it.
Yeah, she
But-
came off. Well, I thought the little girl also came off. I'm like, that girl's going to have a career probably.
I didn't think she was good.
Really?
I didn't like her.
No,
No, I thought
I didn't think
had-
she was good.
Like the way that she was emoting, like a lot of times, I guess by comparison, she's basically, so there's
Emoting, maybe. Line delivery, no.
well, my comparison was the brother character
Jonathan
in the last movie,
from the last-
Jonathan
he
in the
was-
last movie, who was so bad, and he's back in this one. He's actually a little better
Yeah.
in this
But
one.
is that just because he like went through puberty, or is like I mean he shot up tall height wise, yeah,
but nothing.
yeah. But he was really bad in the last one, and the
think that's
mom,
why
their
they
mom
didn't
was
give him
really
a
bad in the
death
last
scene.
one. Yeah,
It's just like he's dead.
The one kill
good
that
point.
happens off camera. Oh, sorry, spoilers. We're going to spoil this movie.
kind of crazy for this movie to be so extreme and then make choices to show things off camera. You feel like that'd be a point of pride for them, is that they don't cut away from anything. So I was surprised to see that.
Yeah.
But it was part of the story.
Quote unquote.
Story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess it serves as a shock moment. Like, surprise.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so
Not at that point in the movie, and this is
Yeah.
we'll get to what my problem is, but not at that point in the movie. Because
Okay.
that point in the movie, I'm fucking exhausted. I'm bored.
You're talking about actors. I was genuinely surprised by the cameos in this movie.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
And that
did not
really
see that
shows how
coming.
many people do love these movies, I guess.
Love these movies or recognize the popularity of it. I mean, I'm sure Chris Jericho loves these movies and was very happy to be in them. But
Tom Savini doesn't even be doing this though.
I was going to say, Chris Jericho's not the cameo I'm talking about.
Yeah.
well, Jericho, he was in the last one, so this is
Right,
like
yeah.
they called him back to do this one
Sure.
again. Savini, I think, had has some kind of attachment to one of the guys I recognize in the credits in the makeup effects department. So it's like, okay, favor.
If nothing else, he's got an appreciation for the effects work in these, which is.
But that's, I guess, the thing of having Tom Savini in your, this is
this stamp of approval. Yeah.
I mean, this is the state of the art in graphic horror special effects, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of, what else is doing it at that crazy, like Lucio Fulci on, with digital effects.
Dreams of this.
Yeah. So having Savini show up is kind of like that's the blessing. But yeah, who else did you see in this movie?
Daniel Roebuck's in this movie.
Clint Howard, Jason Patrick.
Jason Patrick.
Shocking. Yeah.
I think Felissa Rose was in there for a minute somewhere. She was like a teacher or
The
something.
last
Right?
one. I didn't see her in this one.
Yeah.
Maybe she wasn't in this one.
But I mean, Chris Jericho and Felissa Rose, you go like, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not the ones I was surprised at.
It's like, okay, Clint Howard is kind of got, like, Jason Patrick.
Clint Howard.
Patrick. Yeah.
That was surprised.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because Clint Howard.
Recognize him.
Clint Howard and Daniel Roebuck are in it for a long time. It is a full-on scene.
Yeah.
It's not even just a cameo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty prominent scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
I
surprised.
wonder who knew them or how they got, because I can't imagine it was just.
Well, I know that they're both. Well, Clint Howard is like revered in the like low budget horror worshiping community, right?
He's Ice Cream Man.
And I know Daniel Roebuck is like a big horror fan himself, so they probably
look at any Rob Zombie horror movie. He showed up in there.
He was Grandpa Munster.
Was he Grandpa?
Yeah, in the Rob Zombie
there you go.
Monster.
Yeah.
That's right, he was.
So they probably wanted to be in it.
Oh,
Jason Patrick,
definitely.
the guy who was once engaged to Julia Roberts. You remember that?
Wow.
Yep.
I think was it Kiefer Sutherland like swooped in,
Yep.
Yeah.
and then but
He's a bat.
Yeah, I was gonna say swooped in like a vampire.
Stuff like I remember thinking like after like Lost Boys and all that stuff back in the 80s, I'm like, oh, that guy's probably going to be a star in Rush and After Dark, My Sweet, and then it's like, what the fuck happened to Jason Patrick? And he does show up every once in a while, but now in like these low budget direct to video like horror flicks. And there was one I saw where he was a security guard at like a museum or something. I don't even remember.
I love that out of both of my peripherals, I see both of them grab their phones.
Yeah, I was like, I need to look this up. I'm like, what has he been doing lately?
Sean and Michaela both grabbed their phones at the exact same time.
I must know what Jason Patrick is doing right now.
Yeah, I've seen him on
I'm not going to look. I see these two looking at it.
I've seen him at conventions several times. He's always hitting up that circuit too.
Okay.
I always remember that he's in Speed 2.
Oh, yeah, Speed 2 Cruise Control. That's the one. He took that spot.
Was that the one where they really tried to make Jason Patrick like?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like you're going to be a star after Speed 2.
It says he was the true crime narrator in Strange Darling. What
was
the
he?
fuck? Yeah.
And recognize. Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe he's doing better than we thought.
I mean, his latest stuff,
Yeah.
he's
Love
a
that.
detective in Law and Order for 3 episodes, Organized Crime. Line of Fire, Amour, Circus Tale, Murder at Hollow Creek. Yeah. True
He
crime
was in.
narrator,
He had a main role on Wayward Pines, apparently.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
see that.
He's doing stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So he's still out
working.
there.
He's
Yeah.
going. He's
I
doing
mean,
it.
Now he's co-starring in Terrifier 3. So the most
co-starring.
successful independent film of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess so where we left off, Art the Clown, he was beheaded and he's dead. He was beheaded by a magic sword wielded by a Valkyrie angel, played by right, because Lauren Lavera, her dad, was a comic book artist. That's Jason Patrick in this movie. I guess we get to actually.
Was he in the last one or just this one?
He was not in. And he wasn't in the last one. They talked about like dad had died and had had these visions of this clown and this like savior, angel, with a flaming sword.
Which already, Dad, your idea sucks. This makes no sense. Please, let's connect these two things together a little bit better.
I don't think it makes sense to him, like concept just came to him. He's like, I don't know what this means, but prepare.
And so
not every idea is a good one.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Well,
kill your darling.
So the mom was painted as very annoying in the second one for saying this is a waste of time. You shouldn't be obsessed with this, and so she was the villain for having a basis in reality.
Right. She was villainous wine mom.
Yeah.
In part 2.
How dare she crush his dreams? His insane delusions.
And so with Art the Clown beheaded and the pale little girl, which was some kind of demon, that like hosted Art into. I'm sketchy on the whole mythology that he's trying to build
but
here.
you kind of nailed it in last podcast when you said that. I denied him, like, nah. And they're just like, well, all right, all signs point to yes, as far as that's concerned. And this movie kind of drives that home that she is the demonic thing.
Like she's the actual.
She's the bad guy.
The bad guy.
Yes.
Well, I mean, they're both a pair of them,
Right,
but she's the main actor. It feels like
Art is like the puppet who enjoys doing what he's doing, but he is still the puppet of her, it seems.
right, and she ends up possessing a woman named Victoria, which, if I remember, was a victim of Art the Clown during the original. What was it? The something clown massacre.
Whatever.
Miles County Clown Massacre.
Yeah.
And he disfigured her, and she was in a mental institution. In the last movie, she's possessed by the pale little girl, and she births at the end of the movie Art's head. And so now we're picking up right there when Chris Jericho discovers that Art the Clown has been reborn.
Yes.
Okay, and I think these two scenes constitute, I would expect, at least the first entire act of the movie. We said it was 2 hours long. It felt like this is just the setup. It's like, okay, we're going to give you something new. Art the Clown is creepy Santa.
Yep.
And then we're going to back it up and go, okay, here's how we got to where we are. And finally, we introduce Sienna Shaw. And what's she up to 5 years after the horror that she experienced in the last movie?
She's been in and out of a mental institution, as you do when you are attacked by a clown and then have to behead them later on.
Right.
So, a resurrected serial killer, as it were, for all intents and purposes. That's where she's at. What do we know about the events of what happened in part 2? Who did the normal people accredit that to? What happened according to like the world?
Well, they think Art the Clown attacked them, and now he's on like out there still.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what we're thinking.
Yeah.
Right? He's still a serial killer, and he's still out there.
That's why
what
the whole
world
true crime
thinks.
podcast is about.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But they say that they think that she's the prime suspect, or because they're like, it's
Holy
impossible.
Scream 6 stolen storyline, Batman. No? Nobody remembers? Okay, that's fine.
No, I deleted that movie from my brain.
The internet blames her that she's the killer of all the people from part 5. And there's people throwing shit on her in the middle of the street.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she did get. I remember her getting thrown stuff.
That's the fucking Psycho Girl.
Yeah,
as the
it's
person
like
says
Psycho
in a
Girl,
party.
yeah.
Really shit storyline from that movie, but that's who she is at this point.
And I think this is already where like I see like huge cracks in the foundation of the lore of this movie already, because
Oh yes, please.
it's our third movie, but we are going to choose to be tied to this Sienna versus Art the Clown story forever, I guess.
I think that is that's the beauty and the beast.
The constant battle of good versus evil.
That's okay,
and these are the forms they've chosen for this.
But here's the thing: this should just be a clown guy going around killing people and not connected. Not I have to follow this one person because of this. It should be just more of like a slasher of him just going around killing people. Because I'm already bored of this. I don't want to keep seeing Sienna get the big sword and kill him.
I know,
There's nothing more you can do with this.
To be fair, the bulk of this is him just going.
Yeah, that's true. But we always got to jump back into the fucking Sienna angel dad delusion lore, and I hate that shit. There's nothing there.
Yep.
There's nothing to it other than dad had these ideas.
Well, they don't, because it feels like that. I mean, because I don't know, I'm on the opposite side. I guess I feel that like that is where the interest is. Like what? So because eventually we're gonna get like the origin of Art the Clown is gonna be like in the next one, and then there's probably gonna be the big fight between the demons and the angel, like in hell or wherever we see in this. It's like so that's where the.
But I bought a ticket to a killer clown movie.
But also,
that was Terrifier.
I know, but
we get this whole storyline in part 2. That they're supposed to be doing that, and she kills him. Like we get that whole storyline.
She's victorious.
Yeah.
Like she's
Seen
the
this.
good, he's the evil. They will face off, and she kills him, and it doesn't matter. She kills him with the magic sword, and it doesn't matter. We have this movie, and that movie doesn't matter. And I have a big problem
because
with that.
there's the second demonic entity, which is now I guess through the second, third movie has revealed itself. That's the one.
But what is going to?
But she killed that one too.
Yeah.
By the end of this,
like the big face-off is, I have the magic sword. You are the demon. I will kill you. And if that doesn't matter, then continuing to face off, I'm just like, okay,
What's the point?
What's the point?
It's-
What matters?
It's going to end in a draw every time. So
Right.
what's the fucking point?
If he just decides to keep it going, then it doesn't matter.
Well, that's how he has to figure out how to finish it,
I
right?
don't-
And
okay.
I doubt that he had. Well, okay, I don't know.
Okay.
But I doubt, like, going into this one, he really had like an idea of how I'm going to finish this in Terrifier 4, or let's say in Terrifier 2, he definitely had no idea.
Yeah.
It's just cool to like, it's an evil that you kill and it keeps coming back.
Right. Now
He may have had an idea when he went into this one how you're going to cap it off. I don't
it
know.
seems like he does for the way he ends it, but yeah.
Yeah, because that's the other thing. This one does kind of end with like, hey, thanks for watching this episode of Terrifier.
Next season on Terrifier. Yeah.
Yep, that's the same shit the Marvel guys get into.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, thanks for watching this. This all leads to this other thing. So this really doesn't matter. It's just a stepping stone to the next one.
Yeah, because we got a cliffhanger.
Which doesn't help
kinda.
this movie.
Yeah. Okay, so the setup on this one is that Sienna has relocated with her aunt and uncle
Yes.
and their precocious daughter, Gabby.
Yep. They're always Gabby. Why are they always named Gabby?
Because they talk a lot.
Yep.
Yes, that's exactly it.
And so that's
Gabriel or Gabrielle. It would be Gabriel, another angel. But,
there
you go.
I think I'm pushing it.
No.
I'm stretching it.
but that fits. Like
Sure.
I can believe it. Yeah.
Sure.
And then there's the second plot thread is obviously Art the Clown and Victoria, the possessed Victoria. And the third plot thread is what's his name? Tommy? What's the brother's name?
Jonathan?
Jonathan. Thank you very much. Jonathan at college.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Sorta.
Well, yeah. Why was he even in this?
Okay.
Like,
That's the problem. You have a character from the last movie who survives, so you
Yeah.
have to continue him.
this is why you're getting boxed in with this
Yeah.
family, and it's a problem. Like, branch off, go somewhere else.
Okay, so we get a lot of character development. I mean, we know like the little dynamics of the family, and I mean they talk a lot.
I don't know if there's a lot of
Yeah,
character
that would-
development.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to take that back.
Things just move in slow motion in this movie. Yeah.
Huh? Character development?
Scenes that Damien Leone believes to be character development.
Such as.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. They have family time over breakfast. We find out like one of the girls doesn't like cereal any more than her dead friend. She has a vision of her bloody dead friend from the second one showing up and yelling at her to pass the rice. Oh, sorry, that wasn't
This was a
breakfast.
Chinese
that was dinner.
and it really made me hungry. I don't know why. I look at Chinese food, especially when he's digging into that rib. That's what I got out of that scene. Was that I like that Chinese food and I'm hungry.
I think the same thing occurs here. That I think a lot of like up and coming writers as they're working it out. It's everybody when they have a conversation, like in every scene, is talking about other events in the movie. Like there's nothing outside of the film itself or the plot itself.
Yeah.
And there's not much to the plot.
Yeah.
So they talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
Just
cut
about.
away, and then Art does something to liven up the movie. So what's Art doing in this period of time?
After he destroys the family at the beginning of the movie, which, okay, a couple kids die and mom dies.
The one and only moment where Holly might have like, I don't even want to say laughed, but maybe like nodded and like
don't give
okay,
that moment
just like
any
like a acknowledging nod, like a okay, is when Art is like he eats the milk and cookies and then washes the dishes and puts them away.
Yeah.
But it's you
Don't
can't.
give it
There's no
credit.
laughing in these movies. It's just like
It's
an observation, really.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I mean, none of us saw it in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
I do wonder how this plays with a big crowd. Is there a lot of laughs and yucks and oh my god, that's the most horrible, disgusting thing I've ever seen?
Wasn't this movie making people throw up or something?
I mean, that's what
They
all
always
those
say that, yeah.
You want to have that as a badge of honor.
Right. I do wonder
people
how
walked out of
big crowds would react to this.
because I mean, with us, I mean, again, we're seasoned, horror viewers and fans. It was kind of like, wow, there's no levity here other than Art the Clown doing his wacky shit. Which
Right, and you can't. I think that's that's one of the problems. Is like getting levity from the same thing that is doing all the destruction that is bringing you down doesn't help. I don't think you need a release as any buddy who talks about horror will tell you, there's the horror, and you should have some sort of release after those points. A little levity to bring you up after these scenes have kind of done something to you in its gore and its severity.
And
all
I think
that stuff.
I think you're onto something when you say that it can't be the same thing.
I don't think it can be the same
It
thing.
can't be the same thing.
You can't have a guy tear people apart
And then
make a funny joke.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's celebrating the cruelty of what he's done. So like,
And when the
it's-
cruelty is so severe,
So extreme.
so
yeah.
extreme, like his humor is not going to bring me back. Again, he does the thing there you're just like, oh, yeah. Huh. But yeah, it's just, I don't, I'm not trying to, I don't know.
Actually, I got more out of like his personality, I guess, in the second one than I did in this
Yes.
one. But it could be because I saw it already.
Right. But also, what's her name takes over for a bunch of that.
Oh yeah,
The
true.
demon
Victoria.
girl is
Yeah.
more centered than he is at certain points in this.
Because she can talk.
Because she can
I was going
talk.
to say it's really hard to have comedy when your main villain doesn't ever speak.
Right. When all he does is,
He's a mime. He's not a clown. I'm sorry. He's a mime. I think we talked about this before.
He is a mime.
He's a fucking mime. He's not even a clown. Like,
yeah. Which brings that hatred to the surface
yeah.
right off the
Yeah.
bat. 'Cause
Did
he
you?
likes
Okay. You had not seen this, Holly. Did you expect him to speak? Did you know he was going to be mute the whole time?
I
Like,
knew
What'd
he,
you know about
I knew he didn't speak.
Oh, okay.
I'm personally offended because I feel like he's trying to channel Harpo Marx, and that makes me want to
Yeah.
murder.
Done a little hat
Like-
drop shtick with his little tiny
Like
hat.
I am a massive Marx Brothers fan, and that makes me like enraged to no end.
So if
Like
they,
Harpo would be disgusted.
so if they write a book that says Art Speaks, you would not be reading it.
I would burn the world down.
All right, just making
That's
sure.
my favorite book.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
burn the world down if they tried to do that.
Well, I guess his sequences are pretty much the only reason that people go to see these movies in the first place. So we should probably talk about all right, these graphic gore murder scenes, how well they're pulled off. Were they effective? It seems to me toward the beginning, he attacks a couple of for some reason after their night of horror on Christmas, I think it's after Halloween, after they're resurrected, they go to this old abandoned building. Victoria cuts her wrists and dies in a tub, and Art just sits in a chair looking out the Amityville window, and he's found 5 years later. They're frozen in time by demolition workers.
Yep.
Who are then wake them up,
Yep.
and so now we're back in the game. That was I kind of, it was just kind of like random.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, no, we're back. 'Cause
Yeah.
why not?
It
This
made,
was-
it made zero sense. It was like, okay, they powered down, but we don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
They
know
just
why.
they just power
We
down.
can only assume. I mean, or at least maybe I was only assuming.
Also, one thing I was confused about, because I hadn't seen this, and we did so many flashbacks. At first, I thought that Sienna was the little girl from the beginning.
Oh yeah, I could see why you'd think that.
Right.
Yeah.
because
yeah.
because
We're
he
starting- yes.
he opens the cupboard and finds her in there, but we don't see her die.
yeah.
Right.
So I thought Sienna survived it. That was her.
Right,
That
which
was
would-
because there was a lot of flashbacks.
That makes sense.
Which
why
would
you
make
think
sense,
that? Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, I had this experience without.
I figured
the
it
clown
out
when I
pretty
was really
quick.
young.
Yeah.
I had to go out earlier.
Exactly. I figured it out
That's a movie.
pretty quick, but yeah, at first I was confused by that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those construction workers could have left.
Yeah.
After you find the
Yeah.
first dead body, I'm
You
out.
could have left.
You find the dead body in the tub.
Yeah,
And, everything,
and they're like,
so-
no, we got to take a picture of it. And of course,
oh.
she's still alive. and
Right.
she-
What I was going to say is, I assume she went. Sienna went into the mental hospital, so they were sitting there and going to wait for her to get out.
Yeah. Oh, fuck! I didn't even think about that. You're right.
Which is
That
why the 5 years and everything.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
like,
they're-
so she comes out, and so they reawaken.
Is
Yeah,
it a
they're linked.
proximity thing? She gets within a certain range of them and they wake up.
I
actually
why they
thought-
couldn't fuck with her
Yeah,
while she's in the insane
right.
I
asylum.
thought she was being sent to a different town or state or something, and the brother was at college, which was but apparently they are still in a geographic region
It would appear
within
so. This
close
was
to each
also
other.
the house that the original serial killer murders happen in, right? He buried them all in the basement of this house, is what they said.
I mean, I'm guessing that's eventually tying into the origin of Art the Clown. He was a clown serial killer, then he was possessed by. I mean, it's going to be something like
right.
that.
Well,
right?
do they get into that at
None
all
of the other
earlier
ones.
on? Okay.
No, I think
Probably.
that was
that's
set
what's-
up
that's
for
what-
later.
That's the beginning of 4.
Yeah.
That's what's going to be.
So
'cause
it's
4
really
is
it's
coming
really
close.
weird to bring up that lore in this without any context.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
if
how
they
these
know
movies
they're gonna
are.
do another movie, and
Yep.
it's going to pay off.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense to the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't particularly matter. But
I can't even remember what he did to the second guy.
One guy gets stabbed in the neck, dies on the floor by
That's an easy
Valerie.
effect.
Right, and the other one is Josh Abrahamson or whatever he is. Is he on the wall? 'Cause he
Right,
was in the faculty.
Sorry, yeah,
He's in
you
this
were correct.
movie.
Yep,
There's
and
one
one
other one.
other movie that we have done. This is according to MF Mad, the keeper of the Saturday Night Freak Show Wall of Fame.
Shit, I forgot.
Oh, he was the fuck you boy in the faculty.
The fuck you boy, love
He's
it.
the one who gets slapped. His girlfriend are constantly fighting in the movie, and she slaps the shit out of him.
Dennis.
Watch the movie.
I
Michaela.
need to watch it still. Yes.
In this movie, he was Dennis. And actually, Sean, while we were watching the movie, you told me the other movie that he was in that we have watched. I'm going to give you a second. In 3,
Go for it.
2, 1, it was House of Wax.
Oh yeah, House
Yes,
of Wax.
yes.
Yeah, it was Dalton in House of Wax.
There you go. He was Dalton
Oh,
in
he
House of
was
Wax.
Yeah.
right. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
So what happened to him?
He gets. This was pretty gnarly.
Oh,
So he gets
fucking
attacked by
hated
Art.
this.
He gets. I don't know. He gets spiked in the hand. It's hard to figure out what gets done to each character. 'Cause
he gets like scalped, but
Yes.
way worse.
Oh,
than
yeah, he
scalped.
Yeah.
pulls
Right,
the,
so he gets,
Yeah.
he gets
the scalp open.
the spike in the hands and everything, and then they get. I think he gets something else happening to him, but then he gets the box cutter, and he slices him down the middle of his scalp, and then he pulls down from each side all the way off his face, and the part of his jaw falls off.
Yeah.
Again, I liked it.
I thought that was good.
I liked it,
I
but
mean,
we were also very early in the movie as far as
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
goes.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess that's the other thing you wonder about, like some of these things. Like when I watch martial arts movies, it's like, okay, you got like the first fight, that shows
it
up,
hits.
and then
It really
it has
hits.
to like it has to work up. Like in a martial arts movie, the way I see it, the last fight it has to be the best one.
It should be.
And I think like in a gore movie, right, you kind of have to work up to your best effect.
I would like you to call Leon and tell him this specifically because
gotta
this is
keep topping
not
yourself.
This is not how he works
No,
in these movies.
Also,
And
I
it's
need
fucking exhausting.
I need him to put a maximum of like 15 minutes between gore scenes. Absolute maximum. We're not doing this 20, 30, 40 minute shit like he does here. There is way too much. And I know sometimes they do the cuts for the comedic effect of like juxtaposing the two things, but there is a part where like someone dies and then we cut to them having like a family dinner at the table. And I guess that's supposed to be funny, but it doesn't land. I don't know.
Yeah.
I see what they're going for, but it's low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
well, on the gross out meter, and I guess that's maybe the thing. It does feel like he's throwing everything at every one of his kills.
At every
Oh,
single
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That is the point of these movies.
It's the whole point.
It's
Yeah.
the whole point of this movie. If I never have to hear that squishy, wet, blood dripping
Yeah.
/ squishy moving around of slimy things sound ever again, for as much as it was used in this movie, I'll die happy. It's like that fucking drone shot of the trees over the
Yes.
start of every horror movie. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm good. I got it.
I had a friend of mine who is like a pretty hardcore horror fan who actually said this movie kind of made him sick.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
so-
it's unpleasant for sure.
Yeah. Understandable. 100%.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about what the other bitch is doing during this scene.
What's the other bitch? This scene.
Oh, she's masturbating with
Oh,
a piece of
yeah.
glass.
Jesus fucking
See,
Christ.
this is where it just
Why?
it just takes it too far for me because, like you said,
Yeah.
there's no reason for it
There's no
other than to be
reason
like,
for it.
isn't this extreme? Like,
That's it.
I don't know. Maybe
And
if
that's
I was like
boring.
18, I would find that cool, but
Right,
I don't.
sure. I am-
Maybe I'm too old for these movies, but
That's probably it, and that's what people who are advocates of these movies
Yeah.
probably say. You guys are too old.
I'm
You
probably an old
maybe don't
fuddy-duddy
get it.
about
Yeah.
this
They
fucking
haven't
movie,
That's
but
fine. I'll be the
stuff
old
that
fuddy duddy
we've
if I don't
seen.
have to watch this again.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Once you've seen Cannibal Holocaust, try reaching those heights again,
Yeah, but
kids.
they
You know,
haven't-
like,
they
yeah.
haven't seen that. They don't know Lucio Fulci. They just
Yeah.
know there's this crazy thing called Terrifier, and the closest thing they have is the Halloween remake series.
Yeah.
Like that's what
Yeah.
they've seen.
This is a very like hellbilly movie, these feel like these characters could exist in the Rob Zombie universe for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
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 But I guess like I want purpose for my extreme
Purpose is good.
scenes, you know? Like
Purpose outside of like we're gonna gross you out.
right.
Well, like demo
Purpose-
reel. I mean,
Right.
I keep seeing
Purpose
this
to
as
advance a story would
Yeah.
be good, which does not exist. in
I
these
was
movies.
thinking about the Evil Dead remake that we did an episode on.
Yeah.
That movie's extreme and violent and has some sexual violence as well, but it just comes off so much better when it's handled by someone more professional, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what the difference is,
I
but
know where
but that's
the-
a good comparison.
yeah, because that one's gross.
Yeah.
But I like
Extreme.
that.
And
Yeah,
there's one
exactly.
character in it who keeps getting it.
Yeah.
Like I forgot what his name. Even the actor Pucci, I think is his name.
Lou,
Lou something
Taylor
Pucci.
Blue Pucci. What?
So,
Yeah.
But he keeps throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
They just keep fucking giving it to that guy, and he keeps coming back. But even that feels like that. It's humorous at some point. It's disgusting in certain points, but it never just. It doesn't feel like it gets old. Like this one does.
It doesn't feel like I'm being punished.
Yes.
Where, like, this movie feels like I'm being punished.
Yes.
And
Really?
specifically
Like,
the
what do you-
masturbating with the glass or whatever felt exactly like, isn't this what you want, audience? How crazy is this?
You're saying, it's like going, okay, where is the upper limit?
But also,
Where's the line? I want to
but
cross
also,
right
we didn't
over it.
volunteer for this movie, Michaela.
Yeah,
he did.
exactly.
The quote unquote other people, normal people going to see this, volunteered for stuff like
Yeah.
that. So maybe that is what they're going for.
This movie just like, did you guys ever go to school with a kid that was like, hey, you want to see this cool website? And they take you to rotten.com and show you like
Just show
decapitated
people
heads or
dying.
something? Those kids love this fucking movie because that's what this movie is. Yeah. It's rotten.com, the movie.
E-Bomb's world before they clean it up.
So that's what. So I guess that always is the concern with these type of movies. It's like, is the audience a bunch of sickos? I mean, I guess I sat there and I'm like, I guess I'm not offended by this movie, but
I'm not offended by
seen
it.
a shitload of horror movies in my time.
Yeah.
I think I said before, there's movies I'm not even going to name that are way worse than this, but I kind of see it as like a. I keep going back to demo reel. It's like, here, look what we can do with our, latex and fucking shit. And I'm like, wow, So I see it that way. But I guess the fear, right, is that you've got people out there who like, Art the Clown. Yeah, I love it when he fucking pulls the person apart. And
okay, but I'm glad this movie exists for the people that like it because I think we should be allowed to make movies like this. This one's just not for me.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm glad that like, speech is free enough that you can make this movie, but I personally, it's not my flavor, So, but no, and I don't think this movie's gonna make people into like monsters or anything. I'm just like, it's just so the way it's so mean spirited is the more off-putting part to me, I
And
guess.
how long it's mean-spirited.
Yeah.
and I think that's the thing.
Indulgent really is the word for it, honestly.
Because I think even, like going into this tonight, well, you guys had experience that Holly didn't, but I'm guessing that is the read that you had on it. Was like, I know that this is just going to be a really mean-spirited, ugly kind of thing. And then
that's
I guess
tough for 2 hours.
Yeah.
for 2 hours. I mean, but I don't know if
It's just misery,
Yeah,
like-
misery for 2 hours.
Yeah.
it doesn't feel as well, I don't know. It's to each his own, I guess. Like, it doesn't feel as like soul-suckingly. I mean, I've seen other things. It feels like that. Just like, oh my god, I weep for humanity.
Right.
I guess I didn't have that. Like, I still get the idea that they're pitching it as like it's like some 13-year-old kid going like, look what I can do with the, isn't that like you said, isn't it gross?
Yeah, I think maybe because it is more, this movie maybe is more superficial, and as far as the demo reel aspect of it and showcasing these things, because it doesn't have that thing that you said makes you weep for humanity.
Yeah, this is like
maybe 'cause
immaturity.
that's not behind it.
Yeah,
is why it's not. You can look at it that way. I think
maybe
it's part of it.
Yeah,
Something.
There was a gnarly kill that took place in a shower that I think people have talked about.
I liked that. I thought it was cool. Of the kills, that might have been one of my favorites.
What happens?
Which one?
The
His balls
chainsaw
or-
through the shower. Well, I liked the way it was shot because we actually it's brave to shoot a scene like this in a locker room that's all white and with bad lighting. You can't hide anything, but like
but they hid the nudity.
Yeah,
I didn't see a nipple anywhere.
how is
That was
this
amazing. I was like, what?
I'm
How?
absolutely shocked. That's the thing that after everything they pulled off in this movie, that was the one I was-
That's where they drew the line.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
nipples
no
are
nudity.
no. The woman gets cut in half in the first one, but no fucking nudity.
You come away with the impression that it was like, wow, that was like a pretty explicit sex thing, because you see them, I guess, through the glass.
Yep.
You're just so vulnerable when you're in the shower,
Yeah,
and this
yeah.
is a public shower, you know? Like-
Yeah.
Yeah. But the problem, at least that I have with this, is that it just goes on to
Oh, I like everything in this movie. Absolutely.
too,
Yeah.
like much. Like
Yeah.
To the point where he's sawing the guy in half. Well, I mean, I guess that's an analog to the sawing the girl in half in the first movie. He saws the guy in half in this movie.
Right, but then it just keeps going. And it keeps going. And it keeps going. And then the guy gets sawed in half, and then he gets sawed in half some more, and then we saw at him a little more, and then we saw at him a little more, and then we saw at him a little more.
Snow angels in the blood.
Okay, if we cut down the part where he sawed him at, we can do the snow angel in the blood, and I'm good with it. But they don't. And by the time we get to the snow angel in the blood, I am gone. I'm just are we done yet?
So does it dilute the shock factor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I am bored and tired.
I'm ahead of this movie at this point.
An hour and a half into this. And by the time we get Sienna strapped to a chair, I'm just like, okay, what are you going to do to her that A is extreme, B doesn't matter, apparently.
That I haven't already seen.
That I haven't already seen before, but also that doesn't add to story-wise. Because, again, they destroy her hands at a certain point, and it doesn't matter.
But she's still able to pick up the magic sword. Yeah.
And she holds on. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, when your actions in this, if there was a purpose to this stuff, aside from grossing people out, maybe I would feel better about it. But it doesn't matter. What they're doing doesn't matter to the story. So why do I want to stick with this? When it's just exhausting me, grossing me out at a certain point. Again, I love the artistry of it. But if there's no purpose behind it besides just being gross and bloody, then fuck it. I don't care. Like, there's a certain amount of this where there should be, you should be invested in some of this stuff, and they don't care about that, it doesn't seem. Or they haven't developed that part of these movies. I
mean, if they do, if Terrifier 4 ends up being like, well, it's such a great dramatic.
What a turn.
That would be amazing, honestly. I would respect that.
But that would be shitting on its audience, too.
What if it became like Oscar bait, the next one? What if it became like a sad clown origin story? It's all in black and white. It's like super artistic.
Well enough where it could get there.
Yeah, oh my God.
Like, give it the award.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way that you can get there. I mean, I was just thinking and I don't remember. I know we had a conversation about what I'm about to say, but I can't remember if it was on the Terrifier episode. But like when you look at the early movies of, some of these filmmakers like Wes Craven, right? Or John Carpenter, or like when you saw their first movie, you were impressed because you're like, oh my God, it feels like this guy has already gone through the Damien Leone period of his, before he made his first movie. Where Damien Leone, like I said, maybe it's just the environment has changed. Now you go through that, you have to have a hit, and then you go through like, okay, I'm becoming a better filmmaker. But I don't think that we're going to see Wes Craven in level of filmmaking with Terrifier 4.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems outside of his grasp. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be surprised.
but every piece of information we have leading up to that says you are correct that it won't.
He's a special effects guy.
Yeah.
We're going to get even more elaborate. He knows why people are going there. They're going to be even more elaborate kills. They're going to be more disgusting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just put more money behind it.
So this one eventually, I guess Art hacks his way through. He kills a bunch of kids at a mall. He poses as a mall Santa.
And parents are totally cool with this.
No, the parents aren't. They're like, oh, get back, Billy, or whatever, once they actually see that he's there.
Yeah.
So they, but he blows them all up.
Yeah, he gives all the kids all these presents, and one of them is a bomb.
Yeah. And he kills, he gets his Santa suit from, he goes to a bar, and there's these 3 guys in there, and one of them is dressed as Santa, and
Daniel Roebuck is Santa, right? Yeah. And Clint Howard's his friend,
Yep.
Because he just shoots, I think, 2 of them, and then...
he pisses on Daniel Roebuck's lap first.
Right, yeah.
Yep.
He's a mischievous little imp. That Art the Clown.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So those little things like that, they're just like extra neat to let people almost annoy me more than the gore stuff. I don't know why, but like just going the extra mile to piss on this adult man's lap is, it's not funny.
What a scamp.
And I think what he uses, there's like a lot of, like what weapons does Art the Clown utilize?
One of them is just a gun.
Yeah.
He just blows the bartender and Clint Howard away.
And this one, but he has like
but he
this.
Also he's constructing little, I guess, since it's a Christmas movie, Christmas weapons. So he gets a fire extinguisher and amps up the energy.
So
it's liquid nitrogen. Yeah.
In which he can freeze rats and break them. And
so he freezes Daniel Roebuck's legs and smashes them, and then smashes his face and steals his beard. He's told if you don't have a real beard, you're not a real Santa. So he takes the guy's actual face.
Indeed.
I
love
do
how
like.
they-
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say I do like the liquid nitrogen stuff. I always like that when I see it in a movie because I think it's an interesting way to show gore without it being super bloody. And it is kind of gross to think about like your flesh turning into like chunks that could be sharded, you know, like and just break apart. So that part, like I'm like, okay, this makes sense for this movie, and I do enjoy it. But once again, too long. It goes on too long, especially because we know where this is going. We've seen the liquid nitrogen scene already. We've watched movies in general. We know where this is going. Just get to it.
But the effects were, you know, we're at a point now where you can just mangle and maul like an actual person standing in front of, you know, there's no cutaways or anything. His eye is still like there. I think they did that in the last one.
But there are only cutaways in this scene. Daniel Roebuck is shot when he's tied to the chair, is shot from like waist up in the chair. Every single other shot
Is it?
with effects is a different shot. His leg, his hands, even his face. They don't show his face frozen before he starts smashing it. So every single shot outside of actual Daniel Roebuck is a cutaway special effects shot.
Yep.
Was he? But he wasn't wearing a prosthetic when they were like his eye was moving on the other side.
That's a whole different mechanical thing or whatever. There is no shot
Or
of him
it's like
of
half
the actual.
mechanical and half digital or something.
Anything that is destruction is not Daniel Roebuck. It's some insert or they don't even show like if he got frozen and the actor was there like pretending to be frozen. That shot's not in this.
Even Victoria, was she like? I mean, I'm assuming that was partially a digital makeup. I mean, if it was practical the whole way,
For her face,
Yeah.
because she's missing like a nose. She's missing parts of her face.
She is. I just think they built it up enough outside of her actual face.
Maybe she's
that
very
I think
skeletal.
that's all practical.
Yeah,
To tell you
could
the truth.
be. But
I don't know, $2 million budget. Who knows what they're doing?
well, the climax eventually, Sienna realizes that it's like, oh, she's not crazy. This clown is actually back. She's like the yin to the yang. There's a scene where she sees, I think, she has a vision of her sword being forged in hell, and I was wondering if that demonic thing that was hammering it was actually like the demon form of Art the Clown, because I thought it was maybe David was it Howard Thornton
David Howard Thornton.
playing
I
him.
must have missed this scene
Well, it was the thing
during
like
the commercial break.
hammering. No, because you were there where you saw it.
Was I?
Yeah, there was like an angel in the corner, and then there was this thing hammering it, and you looked up at her. She was on fire. I was like, oh, budget.
Well,
Okay.
that has escaped my mind. Oh, budget. Right. All right, with the mask and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, you're right. Yeah, because that looked cool.
Yeah, and I'm like, is
I
that
think
Art? Is that
felt
the
like
demon?
the demon
that,
version of yes.
And so he does eventually. Him and Victoria, the pale girl, attack the family. And we kill the kid Jonathan from the last movie, like off screen,
Yep.
So
his
because
head
such
is
a
just
terrible
there.
actor. They don't want to have him coming back for the fourth movie.
The dad has been killed. His head has been put on top of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Jonathan has been killed. Gabby, we think, is dead, and she's elsewhere. The mom is tied up across from Sienna. Sienna is also tied up and gagged at this point. And yeah.
Okay, the mom. This is where I think like this was the grossest one and the one that actually made my like stomach a little bit. Well, yeah, okay. So the mom gets like a big plastic tube hammered down her throat, right? Like just brutally. Once again, we know where this is going, but they take forever to make us all suffer.
Yep.
And then he starts putting live rats down the tube.
Yeah, with that whole trick where we saw this in
Game of Thrones.
Well, we saw this in Too Fast, Too Furious. No, how don't go Game of Thrones. We go Too Fast, Too Furious. Where one of the mob guys puts a rat on what's his name's stomach with a metal bucket over it, and then he heats the top of it, so the rat's gonna just dig.
Did in Game of Thrones,
Yeah,
but it comes from American Psycho, the book. I'm pretty sure is like where so she eventually like there's a whole like showdown between her and Art and because she found the knife, the sword, and brings it back to the house, and Gabby's there, and they're able to get the knife, attack the demonic things, but in the end, it turns out after you've even beheaded them, like a big portal to hell like opens in the floor.
Yep.
Gabby's sucked into hell.
Yep. This felt very Evil Dead-ish.
Yeah.
This whole ending part, which I liked.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it.
Except it made no sense because, I mean, you could lower a lot of things down to help a little girl who's hanging onto the, other than the blade of a sword.
The whole thing, none of this makes sense. Where the floor collapses as the blood of the, what was it, Valerie? Is that her name? The little girl?
Yeah, the
Gabby.
demon one.
Yeah, the demon little girl. The blood spreads and then collapses the floor, so there's a portal to hell in there. Gabby falls into it. Our fucking... What's her name? Is like, I need something to help her get up here. And so she grabs the sword and it's going to hold, like, I don't
grab the handle. I'll hold on to the blade with my bare hands.
This is after Art has smashed her hands to bits as she's sitting in the chair, which doesn't matter.
Right.
Which is, again, a fucking problem I have. I know this is.
You're saying it matters to you. It doesn't matter in the movie.
It doesn't.
Plot.
No, the movie's ignoring it.
The movie ignores it. It should matter because you've destroyed a human being's hands.
Right.
She shouldn't be able to use them for anything at this point. But again, she opens a package. She's doing sword fighting and actual fighting with Art at this point. She grabs this somewhat supposedly magic sword, which is not magic in this movie. And to try and pull her back up where she's holding the blade of it, which is the dumbest fucking idea. Put the Christmas tree down there for
anything.
Anything.
A
There's tons of
table
stuff.
leg, the whole place is destroyed anyway.
So her hands are just shit, and they shouldn't be usable for the rest of her goddamn life. But it doesn't matter in this movie, and so what matters? I mean, Gabby ends up falling into the abyss.
Cool. So our sequel is going to be about Sienna chasing Gabby.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
Can't
so
wait.
the demon
The
world.
search for Gabby.
Yep.
Yeah.
More kid-centric storylines from the Terrifier movies.
Yeah.
And
So
Art
just a lot
has
of-
survived.
Yeah, he gets stabbed in the stomach. He ends up going out a window. He survives.
Yep. He's on a bus. And
Great.
And we're out.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, thank you for sticking with us this long. Now we're going to tell you what we thought of Terrifier 3. But first, we're going to go around first of all, we're going to answer some of your mail. And to do that, we're going to need to summon our mailman, Igor. Bring us the mail.
Masters, the mail. I've got the mail. So many letters. Our followers are rising.
Well, thank you, Igor.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Yep.
I like your hat.
I got nothing for you, Igor. This movie took it out of me.
We're just done. Like, please be easy on us, Igor.
Okay, so about, you should let people know how they can get a hold of us on Facebook.
Facebook.com/Saturday Night Freak Show.
On X.
At Sat Freak Show.
By email.
SaturdayFreakShow@yahoo.com.
And on Instagram at Saturday Night Freak Show. Richard Krotzer writes in about Terrifier 3 and says he'll kill you if you're sleeping. He'll kill you if you're awake. He'll kill you if you've been bad or good. So be prepared, for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout or he'll put a nail in your eye. Art the Clown is coming to town.
All right.
Merry Christmas,
works.
Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Holidays, y'all.
Love
Thanks.
it. Love it. I love a little rhyme.
I could have
That's
sang
fun.
it. Which one of you is a better singer? I should have handed it off at some point. Sorry about that. Nick Siebel.
After that 2 hours, I'm not in the mood.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
not singing.
Nick Siebel writes in and says, I think the backstory of this franchise outweighs the films. Director Damien Leone created the franchise and refuses to let Hollywood take his baby from him. I met him earlier this year at a restaurant after a horror movie convention. Even after a long day of taking photos with fans, he literally had a 10-minute conversation with me and took a photo with me. I'll always root for the underdog, and the Terrifier series is the ultimate underdog horror franchise that caught fire.
It's not the underdog anymore, but I agree with
Yeah.
what you're saying. And he's sent the pictures of his.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
Looked
you
like
for sending
fun.
the pictures.
Yeah.
That looked good. Thanks.
Mouths of Madness says, Happy holidays at Saturday Night Freak Show. Hopefully Igor's plans for Christmas don't include him having to work as mall Santa. I'm not a huge fan of the Terrifier movies, but I do enjoy Art dressed as Santa and Terrifier adapting the Christmas theme for the third movie. It definitely feels more fun than the other two movies. Where does this one rank for you among all the others? Well, maybe we should hold off on answering that.
Evenly with the second one, but also in fourth place, if that makes any sense.
Michael Whitaker says the guy who plays Art the Clown was on my local radio show a couple of years back, and he was a pretty cool interview. And Daniel Roebuck filled a commercial for Shankweiler's, the oldest drive-in theater in the country, which is about an hour from me. Granted, that isn't much as far as a comment about the movie goes, but I've been holding back on seeing them. I'm a little worried they're just going to be gore porn, and that's
holding.
not really my bag.
Keep holding.
Yes.
Robin Linneman Silverberg says, I gave up halfway through the second one. This series is just not for me.
Yep.
I wish I had the option to give up. I'm jealous of our listeners that just
listeners and you
that they had autonomy and they were able to be like, you know what? No, I am not doing this.
I chose to protect myself.
That's why we're taking
like,
this
fuck you.
responsibility to tell people out there. Okay. Ryan Abraxas says Neil Breen is to David Lynch what the Terrifier series is to actual slasher movies.
Hold on, I gotta work that one out. In my
Okay,
head.
I might agree. I think I might agree.
And a couple of markers to work down.
It's saying these are the Neil Breen movies of slasher movies.
Okay.
I don't think that's necessarily wrong.
I can't do that in my head right
All
now.
right.
I'll just hurt myself.
Nelson Nascimento says, I'm a supporter of the Terrifier movies. I have no qualms or issues admitting to enjoying this franchise as much as something like The Substance. I welcome them both.
Okay.
Yeah, balance is good.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Travis Legler says, I tried to watch this and I gave up. Maybe now I'm the old man saying, in my day, horror movies had class, but I don't get the appeal of these movies. I hope you guys find something to enjoy, but for me, it's like this. The Saw movies were torture porn movies. They had the attitude of fuck the MPAA and good taste. And the Terrifier movies, however, are like private homemade movies that are publicly released as revenge porn just to see if they can embarrass, gross out, and humiliate someone.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I jumped out of the Saw series at a certain point because I'm just like, okay, this is all that they're doing.
I want a T-shirt that says, in my day, horror movies had class.
Neil Coppola says it's just a gross, ridiculous movie. I'm still unsure how we ended up with a series of movies about this clown. I understand gore in movies and I'm okay when it assists the plot, but when it's just gross to just be gross is when I have an issue, and these movies are exactly that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. That's something.
Our listeners seem to be right on the money a lot of the
they seem to get
time.
it.
Yeah.
Even on both sides.
Yeah.
As far as what they enjoy and even what we agree with as well.
Well, we got one
yeah,
more
so we got
on Terrifier 3, and that's Sean Ford. He writes in and says, does this trilogy remind you of the last 3 Halloween movies? It start off great and then nosedives?
As someone who really likes Halloween Ends, I can't agree with this. That's up for everybody else.
I don't think these movies are different enough from each other in the way that the Halloween movies are different enough
Right.
from each other. Yeah.
The week before, we watched a movie called P2, and Dem Twisted Animation says, congratulations on your 13th anniversary.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks.
It's great that you guys are still growing strong on the best movie podcast. You four internet radio superstars have such incredible chemistry together, and I hope you do this for another 13 years and longer, even though it's unfathomable to think where any of us will be in 2038. When it comes to
Yes.
P2, I've always loved this movie, especially in the climax of them playing chicken, leading to Angela setting Thomas on fire and blowing him up in an explosion. Sorry for the spoilers on P2 on the Terrifier episode.
It was
The
delightful.
episode's out, and we agree with you. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
what an
great.
ending. That's good.
David Brown says, I haven't seen P2 since it came out in 2007. Captivity with Elisha Cuthbert came out the same year, and both had similar vibes. Both are adequate
Ooh, stay
thrillers,
tuned.
but both seem to lack that certain something that makes you want to rewatch them. And by the way, I learned in high school chemistry how easy it is to make chloroform, so he would not need to purchase it. Also, I also learned that in reality, it takes several minutes to sedate a person with chloroform, and Hollywood makes it look like it only takes seconds, but it's closer to 3 or 4 minutes.
What high school did you go to?
where'd you go?
That's a really
I think they
odd
said
thing to do.
accidentally, though, right?
Oh.
Teacher.
I think they said accidentally.
Okay.
Walter White? Like, what's happening?
Well, we want to thank each of you for writing in.
Yes, thank
we
you.
sincerely appreciate it. Thank
we love
you
that
for
you do
listening.
it. We love to hear from you. Who wrote in with the note? We'll have to talk about it.
Bill
Yes.
Hayner.
Bill
Yeah.
Hayner. Bill, thank you for writing in. We appreciate you very much.
We were very
thank you.
touched by
Yeah, we were
your
very touched
message.
by it. So thank you very much for your words.
We're
And
thinking
hope
of
you're having
you.
a good holiday
Yeah.
season. Yeah.
Yes, and we're so very glad that you enjoy what we do here. We appreciate it very much.
All right, and now we're going to go around the table and tell you what we thought of tonight's movie, Terrifier 3, starting with...
Holly, you can just go ahead and get it out of the way. What did you think of Terrifier 3?
Sean's bending down with a lighter next to a fuse right now. It's about to go off. Yeah.
Okay, but you thought you were going to walk out, so I guess we got to start there.
Yeah.
Like, so where was it on the
I wanted to walk out every second of this fucking movie. Every goddamn second.
Every time you got up
Well, first of all,
times to go to the bathroom.
First of all,
is she coming back?
Like, I'm drinking lots of water, so I did have to go to the bathroom a lot.
Okay, yeah, because I was
which
like,
was just a happy coincidence.
Yeah.
I legitimately wanted to walk out of this movie every fucking second of it. It's clearly not for me. But I knew that going in. It's exactly as atrocious as I imagined it would be. There's nothing redeemable. I have nothing good to say about it. I can't appreciate anything about it, and I feel like it poisoned my soul tonight.
There you go.
Sean, what did you think?
That is an extremely valid response to this movie.
Yeah.
Holly, and I appreciate it. I won't lie. After watching Terrifier 2, there was always a curiosity to see what Terrifier 3 was about. It's a sickness I have. I'm sorry. But I think if you watch one of these movies, you've got it. As Michaela said last movie and this movie, we get it.
Mm-hmm.
We get it. And I got it last movie. I appreciate the iconography of Art the Clown. That is it. I get it. It looks good. Putting him in a Santa suit is also like the next, like, obviously this is what we need to do to advance this story. It's a great idea for them. They should have done it. I don't disagree with that. As we discussed during this movie, I want more purpose in movies like this. They're not built for that, and that's fine. So that's why I say these movies are not for me. Because it doesn't feel like there's any more purpose in the artistry of their gore that entertains me. And it goes on too long. I get bored with it because it starts out, and we discussed this last time, I think, it starts out at such a high that it just wants to stay there the entire movie. And that's exhausting. I'm tired from it by the time we get... That's great.
Yeah.
It's relentless, and by the time we get an hour and a half into a 2-hour movie, I'm done. I'm exhausted from it. I'm also bored from it because I saw it. I saw what you did. It doesn't really. It doesn't build up to anything. There's no release. There's no like, oh, we did this. All right, we'll go down and kind of simmer for a minute, and then go back up to it or build up to it. There's no build up. We are just at this high level. We're gonna stay there, and that's all we're gonna do. Maybe it's to showcase. Maybe, like you said. To see, like, this is what we can do. Great. I got that in the last movie. When you're just not focusing or ignoring a story, plot, anything that will propel, it's thin because, we got some of that with the magic sword and we got more of it, I think, in the last movie than we did with this movie. They're really leaning into the Christmas imagery of it all, and I think that's where they're mostly going with it. Once it gets to a certain point, I'm bored. Do something else. Do something with the humans of this, and it's not just fighting and gore and slasherness and all that stuff. It goes too far, and it's not interesting to me. I don't want to watch any more of this because you're not saying anything different between these movies. You're just putting different imagery up on the screen and not saying much else to it. And again, I'm bored, and so I won't recommend it to anyone out there. I know there are people out there that love this stuff and will go watch it, and despite what we say, it's just like, nah, it's for me. Good for you. I love that you have that. I hope you enjoy it. But I don't like it. I don't. Colin, if you bring fucking Terrifier 4 here, I will have a problem with you. If anybody does,
I'm not coming.
If it gets chosen in the future, if we happen to still be here and it gets chosen in the future for a listener's pick, I'm not going to be here for it. Yeah. I don't want to watch.
That's a universal veto.
Yeah, I don't want to watch any more of this. I got it. And again, I appreciate the artistry because a lot of work goes into stuff like that, but. The purpose behind it bores me at this point. And so, no, I will not recommend Terrifier 3. I will not recommend Terrifier 4. Again, if this is for you, if it is, great. But for the rest of the people, skip it. There's nothing here for you. Michaela.
Yeah, to what you're saying about if he brings 4, we're not going to be here. Just for the stuff we've watched on the Freak Show, Sean and I have watched 4.5 hours of this content just between the two movies. That's watching each of these movies once on this 4.5 hours of this content being blasted into me. Like, I'm just, I feel like I might have more patience and bandwidth for these movies if they were 80 to 90 minutes, right? Like,
and that's quite possibly. If it was an hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah, it wouldn't grate on me nearly as much as it does. And maybe it's trying to annoy you. Maybe that's why it is the way it is. Maybe it's just trying to provoke you in every way possible.
Yeah, maybe it's trying to weed out people.
You know?
Yeah.
Which, good job. If that's your goal, you succeeded. You've provoked me in like every way possible at this point. It's definitely a style over substance movie, which can be fine,
yes,
but this is just not my preferred style. And I was thinking, would I have liked this more when I was a teenager? And like when you're really trying to develop your movie taste, you seek out like the most extreme stuff you can, But for me, that phase was short lived, like seeking out extreme stuff. It was like I saw Cannibal Holocaust, I saw 120 Days of Sodom, and I was like, I'm good. That's enough.
You can find your limit real quick.
Exactly. And so, and I think about too, because like the Saw franchise came out when I was in high school, and it was a huge deal. It took the country by storm, and I dropped off those movies after like the second one. Even as a teenager, I wasn't that invested in that big franchise. I liked Final Destination more back then, and those are gory, but there's like purpose to it, and there's
I like those movies.
Yes.
Not a fair comparison. I think the Evil Dead remake is a closer one, but and if they're trying to go for humor, it's really not landing. And I respect its right to exist as a piece of art. It's just not art I want to engage with anymore. And I also feel like this might be a frustrating episode to listen to if you're a huge fan of this. So that's why I also don't think it's necessarily good content for the pod, because I feel like it's just us complaining a lot. So because the story's so thin and there's nothing really to talk about. And like I said, we've watched 4.5 hours of these movies, and this is all I can come up with. So we've wrung it dry. There's nothing left. No content. The well is dry. There's nothing at the bottom of it anymore. If you like it, that's fine. This is not a hill I'm willing to die on with anyone about this movie. So don't get up in the comments and get defensive, because I don't care. If you like it, that's fine. I don't. And I'm not going to recommend it, because I feel like the people that like this movie have already found it, and I don't need to recommend it to anyone. So pass.
There you go.
Colin.
Right. Then the question is like, are they the ones that are listening to this, or is it someone who's like, I'm curious, should I?
It'll be both.
I don't know. I guess going into the first Terrifier, one of them, maybe the second one, you expected it to be like so much worse. It is trying, I think, to be like the most extreme movie that's ever been made. I'm going to assume that's what the like on the line. This is the stated goal of the fourth movie is we got to top Terrifier 3. Terrifier 3 was trying to top Terrifier 2 as the most ultra experience of gore. And there's like a conversation that's happening between, me and my like 16-year-old self. And the 16-year-old self would absolutely, gorehound, love this stuff. And again, I think, I'm saying I think I'm relatively sane, because my interest is in a lot of it is in the prosthetic makeup effects and like, oh my God, that's hideous. How did they do that? So, I mean, in that regard, I'm like, if that is what it's like, I'm grading it like partially as like a movie, right? You're going and going like, do I have characters and acting? And, is it a dramatic story? Are there story arcs? Do people like advance? Do I like them? It has a long way to go in that aspect, but I'll admit it is an improvement over the last one.
It is.
But I don't think the audience that's actually going to see this movie, it's like, even if you're listening to this podcast and you're like, it's Terrifier 3, they all know what it is at this point. And they saw it before us, probably. And so then for that, it is like okay, am I getting what my ticket is buying? Can I, stomach this like extreme horror, which is like a combination. I mean, this is where we are in time right now, right? You've had Lucio Fulci extreme gore. You've had French extremism. And like, this is kind of like, where that is right now. And it's like, okay, kudos to you, Damien Leone. You've like, locked down like that.
He found something.
Yeah. And I mean, I suppose, are we going to have a bunch of people trying to achieve those, financial successes, and they're just like gore? That's the thing I guess this is growing off of like Saw, which, right, as Michaela said, was like a thing for, a good 10 years.
Right now, it's gore. I don't think it's always going to be that.
Yeah. So I guess I wasn't offended by it. I was like, okay, there's things that it did better than the last one. I guess I'm saying, I think I recommended the last one on like, it was our, and this one was about the same. It felt, I was even thinking about like the character dynamics seemed the same, like where Sienna had her brother. Now she's got, Art had a buddy, and now he's got a buddy. I guess it is the same character, but it's like you're remaking. It's basically the same movie again.
Yep.
And it is kind of a lot of the things that are moving the mythology along were established in the last movie.
Yes.
And there wasn't really anything, it feels like, mythology-wise that was established in this movie.
Yes.
So it feels like this is kind of a bridge to Terrifier 4, where it all, wraps up.
Yep.
I don't know. It's like middling. I don't know. I'm going to go. I'm not going to say don't watch it, but it's also not like, you got to go see it. I don't know if that's legal.
I'm noticing a pattern with Colin where his completionist syndrome leads to like some sort of Stockholm, where the more he watches of a franchise, he convinces himself he likes it.
Completionism is at odds with his recommendation system, and he's just like, well, I don't know, and yeah. There's an inner fight within Colin right now.
I'm hearing that you're reaching for reasons to recommend it.
Yeah.
No, because I'm reaching.
That's what it sounds
It doesn't feel that way. I mean, my initial. It doesn't feel that way because, to me, I'm sitting there going like, I'd recommend it. It was a hardcore, gory, horror movie.
You hated the second one. This transition period Colin is going through with this franchise is fascinating.
Yeah,
I would love to listen to the second episode. This one back to
Did
back.
I recommend the second one?
I think you did.
I think this one's better.
Red Dragon, when he's like, I am becoming. I think that's where Colin is at this point. Yeah.
So there you go. Maybe it's winning me over. I don't know, because I have watched 3 of them. Yeah, I'd say as a gory, extreme horror movie, checks the box. You get exactly what you expect if you're the audience for this movie.
There you go.
All right, next week, we're going to watch... Oh, this is our Christmas episode. Next week, we're going to watch you're going to hear our first post-Christmas movie chosen by...
me. Yeah. Well, I didn't know if somebody else was going to say it.
I didn't understand anything you just said.
Yeah.
I think this episode comes out right before Christmas, and yours is going to be the one right after.
Okay.
I hope so, because mine will not, because I'm done with Christmas.
Yeah.
There you go.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Christmas.
So we will not be doing Christmas. I don't think this next one's a Christmas movie. 1990 sequel, Joe Dante.
Gremlins 2.
Two?
We're going to watch Gremlins 2, The New Batch.
All right. It's a sequel to a Christmas movie, so
it is. So
yeah.
I figured I was it kind of fits in there a little bit. But Gremlins 2, The New Batch.
All right, sounds good.
Right. That's next week on the Saturday Night Freak Show. We hope you'll join us. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Happy
everyone.
New Year.
With this one.
And until then, the basement is going dark.